way we do, you have to get complete buy-in from every single department here at Kings Island. The general manager has to buy in and say, yes, we need to do this event. The marketing director has to buy into it. Chad Showalter has to buy into it. The food and beverage department has to buy into it. Our safety team has to buy into it. They have to feel comfortable that no one's going to stick their finger in the chain on the second lip tail of the beast for us to be able to do this. You laugh, but that's always a concern whenever you do behind the scenes tour with this many people on that. Everybody has to buy in and want to do this event at the level that I do, or it just doesn't work. So, just think about that. It's a big picture here. It's the whole Kings Island team that makes this event what it is. Now, after our next guests come up and speak, we're going to present our award winners for Coasterstock 2021, so stick around at the end of that. But right now, I'd like to introduce Corey Keeper and Brian Kosmak from the Gravity Group.
Perfect. All right. So I'm Corey Keepert, one of the engineers at the Gravity Group, and I've been there since day one of the Gravity Group. Okay, yeah, I'll be louder. All right. So yeah, I'm Corey from the Gravity Group. Been there since 2002. Still there, showing up for work every day. And this is Brian.
I'm Brian. This is my boss. So he is going to give me an evaluation after this, or maybe just right in front of you. I don't know.
Yeah, I have a quiz, actually, that I was hoping to give you.
I've been with the company since 2013, so this will be almost 8 years. I actually worked in this park, Kings Island, from 2001 to 2013. I see a lot of familiar faces. I started working as a ride operator on the Beast wooden roller coaster, the Shake, Rattle, and Roll, and the Flying Eagles. I've got a great story about the Flying Eagles, but I don't know if we'll have enough time for that. But I'm an engineer at the Gravity Group, and I'll let Corey talk a little bit more about what we do.
Yeah, so essentially, we do any legal business in Ohio, technically. That's on our, anyways, business forms, right? So we're wooden roller coaster designers and engineers, and we also build the Timberliner cars and roller coasters around the world. We just had a ride that we designed open in Sunik, China, which was interesting during a global pandemic, trying to basically do an inspection of the ride via cell phone. So we've all had to be very creative during this time. But one of the greatest things about work during the coronavirus for me was the opportunity that presented ourselves here at Kings Island on the Racer. And I'll let Brian start with what went into that, because the Racer has been here for a while. It's everyone's really, when I think about a racing wooden roller coaster and just a classic ride, I mean, who doesn't love the heart and soul that John Allen put into that ride? And so, having the opportunity to work on that, as someone that loves roller coasters myself, it was a great honor. But talk more about that, Brian, and that day one, the intimidation of...
So my name is 75, the Voyage, which is running really well. And so there's a lot of parks that hire my services or our services, and so Kings Island actually through somebody that he knows. Did you want to follow that up?
Go ahead, keep going.
So his former boss at CCI, he used to work for an old coaster company, CCI Custom Coasters, actually worked here at Kings Island, called him up. He's like, Brian, why don't you come to Kings Island with me? Now, I come as a guest a lot, but never to work behind the scenes. And within a couple days, I'm on the Racer with my high-powered equipment, looking at a 50-year-old roller coaster, trying to figure out what's going on. One of the best stories I have is actually one of the biggest, most exciting things about working here is actually seeing people that I worked with a long time ago. One of the stories that I have is the director of merchandise. His name is Steve Ryan. He has been around this park he's an icon. And I don't know why he was over there by the racer, but I'm there holding my high-powered equipment, and he looks at me, and he's like, Kaz? I'm like, yeah. Hey, Steve, how you doing? And he's like, oh, God, I'm never riding this ride ever again, now that you're on it. And I don't know if he has or not, but there was a lot going on with the racer. One of the challenges is when we build a new roller coaster, you start from scratch. You announced Diamondback. They took down these curtains, and there's a big Diamondback model that's working. And it spent some time in the front window of International Restaurant, and it was running 3 trains. It was awesome. And then and after a while, Diamondback wasn't new. And I asked my beautiful wife here, I'm like, if they let me take this thing home, would you let me have it? And she's thinking to herself, there's no way in God's good graces that Kings Island's ever going to let them have this model. The next day, I'm bringing it home. It needs a little TLC, but we can get her back up and running. But I have 2 boys, an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old, and our basement is there's probably 15 different roller coasters down there, made out of Legos, the old school Legos, coaster dynamic blocks, cardboard. What else you got out of there?